Hello everyone. Welcome back to PinPoint. It's 70 years of stomping through cinemas. Godzilla's journey is nothing short of legendary. The entire Monsterverse celebrating this milestone, paying tribute to the enduring legacy of cinema's original monster. Since his 1954 debut, as a terrifying symbol of nuclear fear, Godzilla has torn through cities, clashed with monsters, and captivated audiences across generations. Over time, he's transformed not only in size and power, but in meaning, shifting to reflect each era's unique fears and hopes. What began as a creature of nightmares has become a cultural icon, embodying resilience and reminding us of the thrill in watching something larger than life roar onto the screen. Thanks to Toho Films for bringing the magnificent creature came to big screen, and to the visionary team of Tomoyuki Tanaka, Ishiro Honda, and Eiji Tsuburaya, who first brought Godzilla to life. Kudos to the team. Now if you're brand new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to see all the upcoming videos. Speaking of transformation, have you ever noticed this throughout the entire Monsterverse series? Godzilla hasn't only been a guardian of the surface world, but also a great, insatiable consumer of nuclear power and other sources of radiation energy. I have watched all the Monsterverse films, including the new one, Godzilla x Kong, The New Empire, and I realized that Godzilla has been exploring different types of energy on the surface. My theory suggests that Godzilla is seeking these types of radiation found in the crystals of Hollow Earth. I believe that these crystals contains radioactive energy for the Titans of Hollow Earth to consume. The coloration of these crystals may represent the different level of radioactive energy. As you may remember, Godzilla's atomic blast in 2014 was more like a flamethrower with a smoky or hazy attribute. This was likely the basic form or low-level form of his atomic blast, which was more transparent and had a white color with a light touch of blue hue, indicating that Godzilla hadn't yet absorbed any significant nuclear materials or radioactive energy. In King of the Monsters, the coloration of Godzilla's atomic blast turned blue, and it was no longer like it was in the first Godzilla movie. It became more like a beam rather than a flamethrower. This change occurred because after the events of Godzilla 2014, the Monarch, Legacy of Monsters series took place. During the series, there's one episode during 1955 the military launched a nuclear attack against Godzilla.
Go for Castle Bravo. Magnificent!
However, it wasn't successful because instead of killing him, they inadvertently empowered him as he wakes in modern day with a complete new look after his dormancy. Additionally, during the same event in KOTM, after Mothra offered herself to Godzilla in a form of magical powder, Godzilla absorbed it and eventually turned him into a new form, the thermonuclear form.
Long live the king.
In Godzilla vs. Kong, Godzilla remains as he was in King of the Monsters, but here, he can now unleashes as many atomic blasts as he wants. At this moment, Godzilla is now accustomed to his ability. He's now like having more control to his power. The appearance of his atomic blast remains the same, but the level of damage it provides has increased. It has become hotter and more radiated, to the point that it even burned Kong's back before it touched his skin. In the entire movie, Godzilla used his atomic blast 19 times. It's more than what we saw in the previous 2 movies. In the new sequel, Godzilla x Kong, The New Empire, Godzilla has finally walked on the surface to explore more energy sources and become more powerful to ensure his position and remain the king of the monsters. He roamed across Europe and destroyed every nuclear power plant that he stumbled upon to consume nuclear energy. After he fed himself with nuclear energy, Godzilla retained his form as he was in KOTM, which is the supercharged form. But in KOTM, he was not yet a full power supercharged form, because as you notice here, his radiation light was only at the blinking stage, and it only lights up in his dorsal plates and nearby parts. I assume that he was in his supercharged form because he already cast lightning in the surrounding area, like what we've seen in GXK, and Godzilla was feeding himself with nuclear radiation. Whereas in GXK, is glowing at full brightness. In all areas of his body, Godzilla continues to evolve and adapt, seeking out new forms of energy to maintain his dominance. In summary, the crystals in the hollow earth might also reflect energy on the surface, potentially serving as a source of radioactive power that Godzilla has absorbed over time, as his objective is to become the apex titan and maintain nature's bounds. And we've already seen these colorations in previous forms of Godzilla, most notably his current form, which displays a purple hue. Conclusively, Godzilla has aware and already tried different types of radiation energy found on the surface and may also present in the hollow earth. So that's it. Let me know your thoughts about this theory and leave a comment if you have also realized this throughout the Monsterverse series. So, by the time you watch this video, I assume that you've already heard the bad news for the entire Monsterverse fandom. The Hollywood Reporter has confirmed that the next installment of the Godzilla x Kong movie will no longer be directed by Adam Wingard. Wingard is out of the Monsterverse due to a scheduling conflict. As for Adam Wingard's situation, if the studio insisted on having a follow-up film the following year, he would not be able to direct because Wingard is already committed to directing another film under A24, an action thriller entitled Onslaught. This makes him unavailable and preoccupied for the entire year. Adam Wingard really wanted to continue the Monsterverse, as he mentioned during the press tour that he had more stories to tell. Additionally, in an interview, he revealed his vision and plans for the future of the Monsterverse. According to him, he might actually incorporate a Godzilla vs. Destroyer vibe in the next film and bring Godzilla a much darker tone, focusing on Godzilla, as Kong has been in the limelight in the last 2 films. On the other hand, according to the Hollywood Reporter, Grant Sputore will take over Wingard as the director for the next Monsterverse film. Grant Sputore is known for his work on I Am Mother, a science fiction thriller. The writer will also be Dave Callahan, who wrote the Marvel movie Shang-Chi. Although it's promising that the next Monsterverse film will be led by highly creative and imaginative individuals, fans are uncertain about how it will maintain the hype generated by Godzilla x Kong. With Wingard no longer attached to the franchise, the future of the Monsterverse remains a mystery. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe and stay tuned for more upcoming Monsterverse videos. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.